Oh, hello there, how you doing? It's Jock here in Scotland. Well, I've not been on for a while. I thought it was time I come on for a wee blather for all the folk out of the world, you know. Because a lot of folk keep wondering whether I'm dead or no. Well, I'm not dead, like you can. I was just thinking here this morning, you know, a lot of folk are always wondering how we Scots learn to talk like you can. Because a lot of us never went to the scale. This is how I learned to speak all the language of the Scots. And this army bairn in Scotland has done this at one time and another in my age group. Now there you go. That's how you learn to speak. You don't bother your ears about all these books that they get at the scale that were issued by the English government. You know, and I say the English government for the simple fact, when I was a bairn, you never got taught any history about Scotland. You'd never even heard of William Wallace or any of them, because Scottish education was banned. You were educated alright, but you weren't allowed to know anything about Scotland. King George II in the 1748 banned Scottish education. We weren't to get to know about our history. And they went on like that for a great number of years. In fact, when I was 14 or 15 year old, I still didn't know about Scottish history. And it wasn't until I started learning myself all about it. I'll tell you, there's nothing to beat the history of the Scots. The English maybe have beat us at Culloden, but that's about all. I would hope they would have beat us at Culloden. They had 30,000 soldiers, and there was only 3,000 Highlanders. And the 3,000 Highlanders had just walked all the way back up to Derby. And they were cold and they were hungry. I'll tell you something you should do. You should find a video. It's called Bonnie Prince Charlie. And have a look at it. Aye, and you'll really enjoy it, like, you know. That was because there wasn't all that fandangery you get in movies nowadays. Aye, I'm proud of being Scottish. And so is other yins. The independence voting was terrible. It was hard to believe that 55% of the would sell out for an English pound note. When you think of it, in 1707, people sold out for the English gold and the English pound notes then. And they've done the same thing in 2014. But that'll no matter. 45% of us were true Scots. The other 55% were traitors to Scotland. Terrible. Broke my heart to think we had a chance of home rule and independence. But it's like everything else in Scotland. We'll rise again. In 1745, after the Prince left and went away back to Europe to stay, the Highland people says, but don't worry, we'll raise the standard in Scotland again and we'll be free. And we'll have our own king or our own prime minister and our own governor. And it'll no be a Campbell or Yale. It'll no be that anyway. But we'll have independence. Anyway, I'm awa the new. I've got to get my accordion and get a wee squeeze up. And I'll come back and tell you what life was like as a coal miner, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Toodaloo the new. This is Jock for Scotland saying cheerio in English and toodaloo in my language, and I'm Shiva in the islands.